All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we are breaking down something incredibly practical, navigating the Pasco County tax collector's digital portal. If you own property in Pasco County, Florida, this explainer is literally going to be your best friend. We're about to take that tedious, kind of stressful annual chore and turn it into a total breeze. So let me ask you something. Did you know you can completely avoid the lines and pay your Pasco County property taxes with just a few clicks online? No way you want to spend your afternoon driving across town, hunting for a parking spot, and standing in a massive line at the branch office, right? Well, stick with me, because by the end of this explainer, I promise you'll know the exact steps to handle this digitally. It's a real game changer that will definitely save you time and keep more money in your pocket. Okay, here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll cover why paying online is the way to go, walk through a step-by-step payment guide, share some pro tips on e-bills, talk about how to overcome any payment challenges, and finally go over some helpful resources. Let's dive right into section 1, why pay taxes online, and the benefits of going digital. You know, ditching paper checks really has some massive benefits. The current tax collector, Mike Fasano, has helped build this highly integrated digital ecosystem for Pasco County. What does that mean for us? It means you get to skip the physical lines entirely. Plus, it's all automated. Your payment posts immediately, and you get an instant electronic receipt for your records. And to keep everything organized, they've set up dedicated portals. So whether you're paying for real estate, tangible property, or even solid waste, you are always in exactly the right spot. Moving right along to section 2, our step-by-step payment guide for navigating the Pasco Taxes portal. If you're a bit nervous about doing this online, don't be. Here are the steps, and they are super straightforward. First up, you just go to pascotaxes.com. Next, you'll click on the button that says Pay Your Taxes Online. Then, you search for your property using either your name or your parcel number. After that, securely enter your payment details, and boom, you grab your e-receipt. It really is just that easy. Let's put this into perspective with a real-world example, okay? Let's say you own the property at 31148 Tyndall Road over in Wesley Chapel. When you hit step 3, you type in your 19-digit parcel number. For this one, it's 2-2-2-5-2-00000-1000000. Yeah, I know it's a super long number, but once you hit search, the system instantly pulls up your exact data. For this specific home in 2024, the assessed tax was $1,178. Seeing your exact address and assessment amount pop up confirms you're paying the right bill before you ever type in your any bank info. All right, on to section 3, pro tips and e-bills, where we look at maximizing your transaction. Now, you definitely want to pay attention to these next numbers, because this is where the actionable financial value comes in. Look at this massive difference in fees. If you use an e-check directly from your bank account, you pay a flat 50-cent fee, just 50 cents. But if you use a standard credit card, you get hit with a 3% service fee. Thinking back to our Wesley Chapel example, 3% of an $1,178 bill is over $35 in fees. So for sure, choose the e-check option whenever you can. Oh, and keep in mind, if you use a commercial or international credit card online, that fee jumps even higher to 3.95%. And here's a little insider pro tip for you. While you're on the site, go ahead and sign up for property tax e-bills. By creating a digital profile, you essentially put your future tax seasons on cruise control. It lets you easily track your upcoming payments and pretty much guarantees you'll never miss a notice or an automated processing deadline again. Taking 2 minutes to set this up now will save you a ton of administrative headaches down the road. Okay, section 4, overcoming payment challenges, answering FAQs, and troubleshooting errors. So what happens if things don't go perfectly? A question we see a lot is, what if a bank payment fails because of insufficient funds? Well, mistakes happen. In Pasco County, the state attorney's office runs something called the Bad Checks Diversion Program, or BCDP for short. If you accidentally bounce a check, whether it's physical or electronic, this program lets you pay restitution and a small service fee to cover costs. The best part? It keeps the whole thing completely out of the criminal justice system. As long as you comply, you avoid prosecution entirely. Actually, scratch that. Let me add a really important exception here. The BCDP is strictly for standard returned checks, like an honest mistake with your bank balance. If a check is forged, stolen, or has a stop payment on it, yeah, that's a whole different ballgame. Those are totally ineligible for the diversion program. The state attorney's office makes it crystal clear that those situations elevate the issue and they absolutely must be handled by the local police department. Finally, section 5, resources and disclaimers, and exactly where to get help if you need it. If you ever get stuck, hit a persistent glitch on the portal, or maybe you need to coordinate a complex wire transfer, don't worry, there are real people you can talk to. The tax collector has physical branch offices and centralized call centers ready to help. You can call the Dade City branch at 352-521-4360. The Newport Richey branch is at 727-847-8165. And for both Land Lakes and Wesley Chapel, you can dial 813-235-6020. They are there to support you and make sure you stay compliant with Florida's tax rules. Now, going back to those transaction fees we talked about earlier, it's really important to understand the why behind them. According to the official Pasco tax collector site, credit and debit card fees are actually authorized by Florida statute. They state very clearly on their notices. A vendor fee is charged by a third-party provider. Our office does not charge, collect, or retain any portion of this fee. So just to be totally impartial here, that 3% extra isn't a sneaky county markup. It's literally just a pass-through cost straight to the credit card vendor. And of course, we do need to give a quick professional disclaimer for this explainer. The specific procedures, third-party vendor fees, and county policies we've covered today are based on the most current data, but they are absolutely subject to change. So please always verify the latest details and rates directly on the official government portal at pascotaxes.com before you submit your final transaction. So what does this all mean for you? Well, now that you know exactly how easy it is to skip that frustrating physical line, confidently navigate the digital portals, and pay a tiny 50-cent e-check fee instead of some massive credit card surcharge, how are you going to spend all the time and money you just saved? I really hope you found this explainer empowering and that it makes your next tax season an absolute breeze. Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today.